Breaking news. Moses Itauma knocks out Dillian Whyte in just 119 seconds. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, August 18, 2025. The boxing world has been shaken by one of the most explosive heavyweight performances in recent years. Rising star Moses Itauma, just 20 years old, defeated veteran contender Dillian Whyte with a devastating knockout in only 119 seconds of the very first round. The fight, held in Riyadh, was expected to be a test of Itauma's skills against an experienced fighter. Instead, it turned into a brutal showcase of speed, power, and precision that left the crowd stunned and fans worldwide buzzing. The fight that ended in a flash. When the first bell rang, Itauma wasted no time. He immediately pressed forward, showing no nerves despite the huge occasion. Within seconds, he landed a sharp left hook that visibly shook Whyte. What followed was a lightning-fast four-punch combination that backed Whyte into the corner. Before Whyte could recover, another crushing left hook landed flush on his jaw. His legs buckled, and he dropped to the canvas. Although Whyte managed to get up, he was clearly dazed. The referee quickly stepped in, waving off the fight to prevent further damage. Just like that, the match was over in under 2 minutes. Reactions inside the arena. The crowd erupted in disbelief. Some cheered wildly for the young prospect, while others stood silent, shocked at how quickly the fight had ended. Frank Warren, Itauma's promoter, was full of praise. "I've worked with some of the greatest names in boxing, but Moses is something special. He's focused, disciplined, and I believe he can go all the way to become one of the best heavyweights of all time." Eddie Hearn, who has promoted many of Whyte's fights, admitted regret about the matchup. "Dillian has been out of the ring for too long, and I didn't think this was the right fight for him. Moses is young, sharp, and hungry. It was always going to be dangerous." The knockout clips quickly went viral on social media, with fans comparing Itauma's ruthless finish to the early career knockouts of boxing legend Mike Tyson. A generational shift. This fight wasn't just about one knockout. It marked the changing of an era in heavyweight boxing. Dillian Whyte, now 37, has been a respected fighter for years, known for his wars with Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, and Alexander Povetkin. But this defeat highlights how quickly the sport is moving toward younger, fresher talent. Moses Itauma, at only 20 years old, is now seen as the face of this new generation. His combination of youth, power, and confidence makes him one of the most exciting names in the division. What's next for Itauma? The big question now is, who will Moses Itauma fight next? Saudi promoter Turki Al-Sheikh has already suggested a blockbuster fight against Alexander Usyk, the undisputed heavyweight champion. Such a matchup would be a dream event, but Itauma's team wants to take things step by step. Instead, plans are being made for Itauma to fight 2 more times in 2025. Possible opponents include Jermaine Franklin, a tough American who could give Itauma more ring experience. Filip Hrgović, a strong Croatian heavyweight with Olympic pedigree. Fabio Wardley, British champion and rising contender. Jile Zhang, a dangerous Chinese puncher with knockout power. Martin Bakul, known for his toughness and stamina. By gradually facing tougher opponents, Itauma can build the experience he needs before challenging the very best like Usyk, Fury, or Joshua. Why the boxing world is excited. Several reasons explain why Itauma's victory is being called one of the biggest boxing moments of the year. 1. Youth and power. At just 20 years old, Itauma is showing maturity and skill far beyond his age. 2. Style of fighting. His aggressive, knockout-focused style excites fans who love action-packed bouts. 3. Global buzz. With social media highlights spreading worldwide, Itauma is already building an international fan base. 4. Changing era. Boxing thrives when new stars rise, and Itauma's win signals a new chapter for the heavyweight division. Whyte's future. What now? For Dillian Whyte, this loss raises tough questions. Once a feared contender with victories over fighters like Joseph Parker and Derek Chisora, he now faces uncertainty. At 37, with recent inactivity and mounting defeats, retirement may be on the horizon. Still, Whyte is a fighter known for resilience, and fans will be curious to see if he makes one last comeback, or chooses to hang up the gloves. Voices from the boxing world. Former champions praised Itauma's discipline and power, noting that he stayed calm and composed even under the bright lights. Fans online drew comparisons to Anthony Joshua's breakout performance against Charles Martin in 2016, when Joshua also announced himself as a global star with a dominant win. Analysts stressed that while Itauma looks unstoppable now, he must continue improving, especially against opponents who can withstand his early storm and push him into later rounds. Conclusion. A star is born. Boxing often searches for the next big superstar, someone who can capture the imagination of fans and dominate headlines. On August 18, 2025, that search may have ended. Moses Itauma's knockout of Dillian Whyte was not just a win, it was a statement. A young fighter announcing to the world, "I am here, and I am coming for the top." The road ahead will be challenging, but if Itauma continues on this path, the boxing world may have just witnessed the birth of a future heavyweight champion.